I'm looking for a nice night's work against Mike Juarez. Here we go.
Mike Juarez is the chosen opponent for Morales to make his first step up into this division. It looks on paper a less demanding job than the ones Morales has been facing, but just about everything would be less demanding than the Barrera fight.
Well, you can forgive him for a little bit easier of an opponent. I mean, he's had a hectic schedule, and it sounds like his schedule is going to get even better.
No shortage of dramatic fights. If all those opponents I mentioned become reality. Still only 23, El Terrible Morales from Tijuana, the border town. Mike Juarez has won 22 out of 31, but been stopped 3 times. And down goes Juarez with a left hand early on in the contest. That's the Morales power. The first sign that it may be travelling up from 8 stone 10 to 9 stone with him.
Well, you'd think his power would have an effect at this sort of level. It wasn't much of a punch that put Juarez over.
Could be in quite deep here, the 30-year-old from Omaha, Nebraska. He'll give it everything he's got, I dare say, and will have plenty of pride.
I think the problem for Morales in a fight like this is getting himself up, after the great fight with Barrera, getting yourself up for a much smaller job. It must be hard.
Oh, it's a big left hand from Morales. It was a sort of jab that he just turned into a hook at the last moment. Juarez was beaten in 7 by one of Nassim Hamed's victims, Jose Padillo. An aged Jeff Fenech stopped him in a couple of rounds, and Radford Beasley in 3 in a North American Boxing Federation fight in December of '98. The smart money on here would be on Morales stopping him. Ooh, classy combination from Morales.
Yes, you think Morales could probably do this when he pleases. When he wants to step up the pace, he'll get through with good punches. And really, it's just how tough Juarez is.
This is due to go 10 rounds, not the 12-round distance, by the way. Sensibly, the Morales camp just letting him establish himself a little bit at featherweight before putting him into the really big fights that are out there for him. Midge Minor, that would be Morris's brother, would it? They're in the big time for one night tonight. He did take one of the world super bantamweight champions, Clarence Bones Adams, the full 12 rounds. This Juarez. Been a pro for 11 years, mainly boxing around the Midwest.
I think he's the type of opponent who's experienced. If he got into the fight a bit, he could make life a little bit difficult. But I think at this level, against somebody as skilled and as sharp as Morales, it's going to be very hard for him to get into the fight.
36-0 Morales officially, though both Glenn and I thought Barrera was robbed against him in that wonderful, wonderful, never-to-be-forgotten fight in February. Seems to be the generally held view of that contest as well. Bit of facial damage already for Juarez. If Morales doesn't stop Juarez tonight, there'll be 1 or 2 just whispering, well, is he going to be quite as powerful up at featherweight?
Yes, I'm sure they would. I don't even think they'd be whispering. I think they'd be saying it if he didn't stop Juarez.
Nobody whispers much in boxing. It's usually shouted from the rooftops, isn't it? Might just be the question, and I'm only posing it and into the night air, really. Will that Barrera fight have taken something away from Morales? He certainly wouldn't want too many like that.
Well, I think that's the reason behind giving him something easier this evening. You know, he doesn't want hard fights back to back.
Good right uppercuts from Morales. He was also in a terrific fight, a hard one too, against Wayne McCulloch. That was the fight that saved the Hamed Soto show in Detroit. Well, it's good game stuff, this, from Juarez, trying to force Morales backwards. Juarez has only boxed once in the last 18 months, I noticed, just looking at his record, Glenn.
Yes, which doesn't bode well on your preparation for going in somebody like Erik Morales. Nice little right uppercut there from Morales, just stopped Juarez in his tracks.
Oh, it's a big left hand as well. Seemed to just sag a little from that for a moment. Juarez, I don't know whether he was just trying to kid Morales, but no, I don't think so, because now he's down again. Second time in the contest, once in the first, once in the second, time running out in the round. Count is at 8. He gets up rather wearily. He'll get the bell any moment. He needs it. He's got it.
It's like that, Juarez.
Nassim Hamed goes into training, by the way, on Monday for his upcoming fight against the Las Vegas left hooker, Augie Sanchez. That's up at Foxwoods in Massachusetts on August the, can't remember the date, 18th, something like that, mid-August anyway. Here's the third of this one. Blue trunks of Morales. Featherweight debut for him tonight. Mike Juarez, game but outclassed, down in each of the first 2 rounds. It's just a little confidence builder, this, really, isn't it, from Morales?
Yes,
looks like that anyway.
It's just giving him an out, and then the people see him again, and, you know, just trying to give him a workout that's a little easier than some of the ones he's had.
Tell you what, though, this is a brave man. He's trying to come forward and push back Erik Morales. And that takes a bit of bottle, doesn't it?
It takes an awful lot of ball. But he is trying. You've got to give him his dues. Good right hand.
Countering right hand. He walks straight onto it. No count. All over, says the referee. And he saves Mike Juarez from his own bravery. I'm glad he didn't have to take too much more of that. He'd have carried on until he dropped Juarez in there. He wanted to know so much about it. He was so anxious to do well on his big night. But Morales has won in 3 rounds. And again, Hamed getting, how can we put it, a mixed reception from the big crowd here.
Well, it was a beautiful shot from Morales. He did that in style at the finish. It wasn't the toughest job they give him, but still, you know, he did it well. Showed his ability and his class, and a beautiful counter-punching right hand.
It's a lovely shot. Here it comes. Bang.
Really gets his body weight into that punch. Gets the full arc. You know, a lot of power right down the body, through the shoulder, right down to the leg. Getting all his power in that punch.